think, that's amazing. But families aren't really like that. But they are. At least they're supposed to be. I mean, sure, every family has its dysfunctions, but when push comes to shove, there are things families do for one another without question or hesitation. It took me a while to realize that my upbringing wasn't normal. In every relationship I ever had, I tried to find someone to fill the roles of figures never present in my life. A nurturing mother who listens, who gets out and protects her children, who holds me when I cry and tells me it's okay to feel. A father who doesn't use me for his own happiness and sees my existence as something more than just an object. A sister who listens and isn't in denial, who looks out for her little sister and fights for her. I've rarely found anyone who could fill a fraction of these roles, and it's not their fault, because it's not their job. I know there's a difference between familial and romantic affection. But how am I supposed to find the line between them when what is clearly only supposed to happen between two individuals who are not related happened within my family? Making me associate sex as a way of loving your child. It takes a special type of fucked up consciousness to rape your own child. There has to be something deeply embedded within the perpetrator that is just so scared, insecure, and terrified. There's no love there, no hope, no happiness. But why do I have to suffer for someone else's inability to cope with their own demons? How is that fair? I know it's wrong. I know it's terrifying, but my brain separates rational thought from how I feel. When I'm dating someone, it takes me a while to physically expose myself. And when we finally fuck, most of the time I just feel nothing. And no matter how many times I tell myself, you are safe, you're far away, I still find myself tiptoeing around my own apartment, trying to be as quiet as possible and locking all the doors that lead to my bedroom. And no matter how many times I tell myself, you are much faster, stronger, older, he can't touch you anymore. The back right side of my skull feels like someone has shoved my spine through it, and it just sits there, scraping my brain whenever I move. Swallowing feels like someone is yanking my esophagus out of my mouth, and the tension in my muscles is so high that my brain just shuts off feeling. To make bearable the anxiety of reliving something my brain fought so hard to hide away from me. This isn't living. This is barely surviving. Waking up every day to the same numbness, just waiting, hoping, wishing for the pain to go away. I want to throw things, break things, scream, fight, kill. Die. But dying won't solve any of this. It won't erase what happened to me. I've suppressed so many memories that my body is used to holding in all the screaming and crying that no one ever responded to. You lose friends because it's too hard for them to handle. And my psychotherapist can only do so much, but she'll never really understand. No one does. I mean, how could they? You see horror films depicting rape, murder, supernatural beings, but incest? Never. No one knows how to act around you, how to respond. So they just don't. So why am I still here? Spill your it feels like no one's there, that no one's listening, that no one understands, that no one cares, I do. I love myself, and that's all that matters. I have something embedded deep within me that outweighs all the fear, insecurity, and hopelessness that live in so many others. Love. And not that superficial Hallmark card, plaster it all over social media. Look, look, this is my significant other, someone loves me kind of love. No, I have real love. Love for myself, love that creates life, love that heals. And every day I try to strengthen that love and help it to engulf every inch of my body to let all the fear, anxiety, and grief be set free after being locked up for so long. So yeah, my head is throbbing even more while telling you this, but it just reminds me that I'm alive. I exist